What's up, it's Hubs, and today's video is about the new best place to earn experience, Zell, and drops. And it's a new map in Lizeria, which came out about a month ago from now in the June 2014 patch. So this is going to be a video just explaining how you actually go about beating it. I use 3 different squads, and it's mainly to help you guys see or to gauge the level of difficulty that's actually in this quest. So I'm using 3 different squads, and they're all squads that rely on sparks, like a crazy amount of sparks to up the number of drops you get, up the number of Zell you get, and also for Brave Burst spams. So basically every single turn, everyone is just spamming their Brave Burst, and then at the end of your turn, all your gauges refill, and the next turn you have Brave Burst again. That's basically the general idea of it. So you can see in the right video here, I'm running a straight up Saren squad with 2 Fellness leaders. If you didn't already know, Fellness actually, his leader skill increases the effectiveness of Brave Burst crystals. So having one increases it by 1.5 times, and having a second one, the same effect is stacked on top. You can also see in all 3 videos, left, middle, and right, all of them have an alpha tree, L tree. And this is because it's almost impossible to auto battle through this quest without having Owl Tree that prevents negative status ailments for 3 turns. So my basic idea with using Owl Tree is in every single battle, other than the first battle, you can see right now in the first battle, when you leave it on auto battle, everyone needs to kind of charge the Brave Burst gauge, and by the second or third battle, everyone was just continually spam it. But until that point, or once we get to that point, every turn, Tree will also have his Super Brave Burst, which means every single turn you will heal, and every single turn you will also give yourself the buff for removing all negative status ailments for 3 turns. And you need this because there's a mini boss with Thunderbird, which will basically paralyze your team, and there's also a vampire in that same mini boss stage, which will curse your team. And if you get cursed or paralyzed, 1 or more units may not be able to use their Brave Bursts, and then basically your chain of infinite Brave Burst kind of ends, and then your infinite chain of heals ends, and then you will basically wipe in game over, which is why it's really important that you bring an Alatree. You might be able to bring a Melchio instead. He gives his Brave Burst prevents negative status ailments for 3 turns as well, but the problem is he doesn't actually heal. So unless you bring like an Alice or something and still have a bunch of Douglases that can regenerate your Brave Burst gauge, then it's going to be very hard to auto battle through this. And on that topic, you don't have to auto battle through this. I mean, I auto battle through it just because like this is the end game stage I use to grind for money, for experience, all that kind of stuff. So I prefer to auto battle through it just because I spam it all day. But for people who can't or don't have the units to do it yet, then I mean, of course, you don't have to bring an owl tree. You can just use items and whatever instead. But in this way, I mean, this is like basically the most efficient way and the best way to maximize the gains. Wow, it's like we're working out. Maximize all the things you get from running this dungeon, especially using Douglases. Because if you didn't know, also the number of hits you have increases the number of drops you get. And you can see on the screen right now, I turned off, like, you can't see Brave Crystals or Heart Crystals, but with the Douglas screen in the middle, all you see are tons and tons of drops. So, as you can see on the right video right now, I actually just got into the mini-boss stage with Vampire, Dryad, or Druid? No, I think it's Dryad, and Thunderbird. And basically, how do I say it? There's 3 of them, so you can still have infinite Brave Burst. So, everyone uses their Brave Burst that first turn, and if you see the second turn, everyone has a Brave Burst again, which means basically you'll get hit this turn, right? I mean, they actually do quite a bit of damage. Like, I'd say 30% of my total health is gone, and then Altree just heals it all back and still puts on the buff to prevent all negative status elements, which is exactly what you need in case like any curse or paralysis has a possibility of happening. On the left video, same thing's happening as well. And just to kind of explain the different squads I have here, I mean, obviously the middle squad is the one I always use, and I equip all my guys with Thief Racers or Thief Gloves to maximize the drops and Zell gain. But, I mean, not everyone has like 4, 3, not everyone even has 1 Douglas. So that's why I tried to bring alternatives as well, and I'm going to try to explain where, like, for example, the right video is all Sarens, so it kind of falls short in the category that one of the in the last boss stage, or the last stage, boss stage, you fight Magris, Ez, and Lance, and obviously there's an Ez there, and you kind of get screwed over when he Brave Bursts and kills you because it's all water units. And then, so the left video I made was, I made it right after the Saren video, and I was just trying to showcase that, hey, you don't have to bring all Sarens if you only have Sarens. You can mix it up. I mean, Kikuri is a great unit, especially when you're bringing two Felness leads. Kikuri works, having another, like a Saren works, and Kayana works. And it's a really good team. Like, I would prefer the team on the very left and the team on the very right, just because you get that diversity of different elements here. So you're not subjected to getting one shotted by the Ez. And if you do, I mean, you're still using two Felnesses and a Saren. I mean, potentially you could even replace a Felness with, what's it called, Bahamut, Dual Max. His 6-star form is called Dual Max. But you could also see, because I'm not using all Sarens or Douglases, the left video, when I don't have 3 targets to hit, not all of them got the Brave Burst gauge fully filled. Like, you can see right now my Altry on the bottom left does not have his super Brave Burst, which I mean is fine because he just heals anyways for this stage. But if I had entered the final stage, the boss stage, and my Altry did not have full Brave Burst and did not activate his buff to negate all negative status ailments before the boss's first turn, then I probably would have lost, because what happens is Magris hits you, and then he curses you, and then you can never heal, and then one unit can't Brave Burst, and then every turn he keeps cursing more and more and more units, and you can't heal, you can't Brave Burst, and the cycle just kind of breaks. So like, I can't stress this enough, like Altry is like the best unit. He is like, in my opinion, he's mandatory. But I mean, for other people, if you use items and you don't auto battle, like, that's not the case. I'm strictly speaking about auto battling, and to me, Altry is the best unit to bring. Not only because of the negative status ailment stuff, but because the boss actually does a lot of damage. Yeah. So I mean, in the same sense, I'm using all Thief Bracers and Thief Gloves here. I mean, you could bring Tech Gizmo 2s, Omni Gizmo, Skill Bracers to kind of increase that drop in Brave Crystals if you're not confident that you're getting enough. And at the same time, if you only have Sarens, I mean, you'll see in this video, I kind of got through it. I had to stop the auto battle at one point and actually make a couple moves just because I couldn't let the auto battle finish it completely. But I mean, it's totally possible with Sarens, and in this video, all my Sarens were using Tech Gizmos, which, I mean, I don't think they actually had to. But I think, yeah, this is a problem here. Like, I actually was not paying attention when I was recording the video with the Sarens. And you can see my Altry does not have a full Brave Burst gauge. For whatever reason, like, I don't know, it was very unfortunate. And let's see. With Douglases, I've never come to this problem. Like, I've ran this thing probably like a couple hundred times with my Douglas team, and I have never gamed over before. So I'm saying, for Douglases, an Altry, and a Felness, you're golden. Like, I never failed over 100 runs, so I think you're good. Oh, I was not really paying attention right now. I was talking, and wait, so my Altry just used his. Okay, so I guess I did luck out, because if it got to the point where Magris cursed my Altry and he couldn't heal, then I probably would have lost this within 3 turns. And another good thing about Saren is that she actually inflicts injury, or is it I think it's injury. So you can see like the little broken sword symbol above Ez's head means he does less damage. So I'm surprised I had to pause the auto battle, actually, because I wasn't really paying attention when I was doing this, so I didn't see what happened. So right now I'm just seeing it for the first time like you guys are. But also, like, on the left video right now, you can see I'm also at the boss stage, but it's a lot easier to auto battle through it because I'm not in fear of getting basically one shot by the Ez for any unit, because there's a diversity. There's Kayana now and Kikuri, which are not weak against Slender elements, which is really great. And my Altry is still spamming that beautiful Super Brave Burst, so I don't get cursed, so you can kind of keep that cycle going up as I've been talking about. Wow, in that middle video, there's a lot of drops. Yeah, this place is really good for getting gold drops, red drops, blue grass, godstones, which are used to make like fusion potions. Like, I have so many. I sell them to the store right now because I don't need that many. Okay, so my right video looks really good right now. I mean, where did all the bad stuff happen at? Unless I'm crazy and it never happened. Nope. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I lost one. And then okay, I only lost one, and then I should be wiping the Magris this turn. And that's what I mean by Ez. If he Brave Burst once, you're already screwed. If you Brave Burst again, like, damn, you're just losing units. And it's because he has that attack buff. Okay, so I ended up killing the Lance and the Magris. And then I think at this point I was watching the screen, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave auto battle on because I only lost one Saren. Like, this shouldn't be a problem. It's just a buffed up Ez. This is like, I mean, I only lost one unit, and before there were three, I should be fine. But I guess the problem there is that attack buff he has, and that thunder explosion thing, and he just, yeah, that's the problem. He two shots Sarens. And the problem here is, as you lose more units, the probability that one unit gets focused is higher. And then I also don't have full Brave Burst gauge, there's only one unit, so my Altree isn't healing. So now, yeah, it looks like, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, you can't use all Sarens because what ends up happening is, even though with three enemies, like, you're fine, like, wow, yeah, I was panicking here. You would be fine. The problem comes with Ez, because you're all water units, he'll just one-shot everyone. And it's because there's only one unit, you can't generate enough Brave Bursts to actually finish him. So that's the problem. And then the reason Douglas is so good is because there's no fire units in this stage, which means like there's no one that's exceedingly or exceptionally strong against Douglases. Also, all of my Douglases are Guardian Douglases, so they also have almost like 2,000 defense each as well. So, I mean, to me, Douglas is the way to go. If not, the left video where you kind of mix it up, you bring two Felonist leads, and just other units. Like, I think you could probably use like 3 Kikiris and you'd be fine. Try to avoid an entire Saren team, and remember, Altree is the best. If you didn't see there, the middle video earned almost 50,000 Zal. The left and right video about 40,000, and tons of drops, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys.